What is up, gamers? Enforcer 5150 here. We're back to go ahead and finally benchmark the MSI GF75 Thin series with the i7-10750H 2.6 gigahertz processor with the RTX 3060 6GB. Now we're going to go ahead and benchmark this on 1080p and 720p, and we're going to run it with the highest settings, medium settings, and lowest settings of all those. I know there's plenty of different ones like the 768p that we could be doing, but we're only going to stick with those for now. You want to go ahead and save these settings, or take a look at, pause the video just to take a look at them right away, because I'm not going to go back to the actual settings. I just wanted to get them all out in the beginning so we can go right into actually benchmarking and getting all the results out for y'all. So let's get to it. All right, so as you can see, we're at the 1080p setting right away, and I do want to mention that like the highest setting, you kind of got to take with a grain of salt, because you're going to get different results on that, because that is where I actually start the benchmark. But I do try to keep it kind of in line every time. The other part is I mention it every single CSGO video that I do for benchmarking, is that the smokes are stacked, so you want to also keep that in mind when we go through the smokes. I don't know why he really did this when he put out this software. It kind of creates an unrealistic scenario. I think, see, like right here, you'll see we'll jump down, 55 on the highest, 71 on the medium, and it's quite low that you're not really going to see in game, because it's a very unlikely scenario. It's probably done because it's like the worst case scenario that would possibly happen to you. I mean, a team would really have to hate you, like personally or something, to all them to smoke you at the same time. But yes, I mean, I'm trying to make this a little bit faster than most of my other videos. I've been trying to stack them up like this so you can get a look at everything at once. And I do use the 64 tick because it's the most common that you're going to run into, unless you're running on private servers with private matches and stuff like that, where they'll run the 128 tick. Anyway, yeah, this is, so far with this laptop, really good. Anyway, go ahead and pause this if you'd like to take a look at these. I'm just going to go through the averages right now. So we have a 255 on the highest settings. We have a 268 frames per second on the medium, and we have 291 on the lowest possible settings at 1080p. That is pretty dang good for a laptop. So let's go ahead and drop this down to 720p and see what we actually get. So hopefully I line these up right. I never get them perfect. Sometimes I do, and then it just looks weird, and it just looks like one screen, which that probably isn't what you really want. But yeah, we're getting some good frames per second when we're running at 720p. The lowest one, what I've always noticed with these, whenever you're playing CSGO, if you want to get those lower settings with some quality of imagery, you probably want to go with the medium, because the difference between the medium and the lowest settings, it really isn't that much of a difference. But you can get a little bit of anti-aliasing on there. For me personally, I don't like seeing like in the fence or something like that. It kind of confuses me, I guess. Maybe it's just getting older, I don't know. But anyway, this is actually doing pretty well, especially in the smoke. I mean, we're getting lows of like 122 that's at the highest settings at 720p. A 162 if you wanted to stay over that 144 hertz with this monitor, because it's a 17.3 inch monitor that runs 144 hertz. So if you want to stay over that, definitely just stick at that lowest. 768 is going to be very close to the same here. Both of these laptops, as far as the RTX 2070, the RTX 3060 here, they're very close to the same. The 2070 has way more RAM in it, and I do like that, especially for just media stuff. But as far as gaming goes, I mean, these results are very close to the same. Let's take a look at these results real quick. So we have 316 average on our highest for 720p. We have 330 for the medium, and our lowest we're looking at 344. So like I was saying before, you know, between the medium and the lowest settings, you usually get around the same. The highest settings, though, you just kind of want to take as a grain of salt because you never really know. So let's go ahead and now take a look at the averages between the 1080p and 720p. Now you'll see that at minimum we have 67. The average we have 271 at 1080p. We have a highest of 410. Like I said, that highest you want to take kind of with a grain of salt because, you know, you just, however, it depends on where I start it. So a lot of times that one's not really that on par. But 720p, we're looking at 145.66 frames per second at the minimum, and we have an average of 330 frames per second, and then a maximum of 544, which is very close to what I was getting with the RTX 2070 HP-OMEN. This one does stay cooler. I did like to kick up the fan. It is really loud, and we will actually be doing a full review on this laptop and kind of going over that and, you know, the heat a little bit more between the RTX 2070 that I've reviewed before and I've benchmarked before versus this one. But anyway, that's pretty much all I'm going to do for this video. I wanted to try to make it a little bit faster than some of my other ones because I know sometimes I ramble on and go to just onto whatever like I'm doing now. Anyway, I want to thank everybody for watching this video. Make sure you hit that like button and definitely subscribe if you're new to the channel. You all take care and happy gaming.